Residents out here at Aqua Vista say getting their air fixed is certainly a step in the right direction. Now they're hoping to capitalize on their momentum here by solving other issues, including mold, mildew, and rodents. I want to show you the exact spot where the car came in and slammed into this wall. You can see this brick on the ground here and this crack all the way to the top of this wall. We want to bring you over here too, because another big story are these down power poles. You can see this one snapped right up here. Do you think you should be held responsible for this air not working for 27 or more people? What do you think your silence says to these people? I wanted to come on here and just bring you this very important update to the story that Lamont Johnson has now confessed to killing Bellamy Gamboa. Coming up tonight at 6, you're going to hear more about this dog attack in Suffolk. You're going to hear from the woman who was attacked. You're going to see her injuries. And I posted a picture over on my Twitter account, which is @JoeFisherTV. We're following breaking news right now from Northern Virginia. An Amber Alert for a missing 12-year-old girl abducted from Reagan Washington National Airport. Picture this, kids playing outside scattered all over this apartment complex when the gunshots go off rapid fire. Too many shots to count, but one of those bullets has forever changed the life of a 10-year-old boy.
It was actually my dream to go to the NFL.
Dreams to be a star football player might be shattered, but Malachi Smith knows he's lucky to be alive.
Yes, I do. Every night. That's why I have this on. It's a guardian angel.
Now watching over his recovery at home after getting shot in the head.
That's where the hole is at in his skull.
Malachi and two friends were tossing around a football when the shots were fired June 6th at the Auburn Point Apartments.
I came around and looked to see if anybody was okay since I'm a Boy Scout, so I have to do my duty to protect people.
But the gunfire continued.
All you hear was, I mean, it was nuts.
Holly White ran from her apartment calling out for her son, who never answered back.
At that point, I saw where he was at, scooped him up, sat down on the ground and just held his head against my chest.
He was going in and out of consciousness as she tried to keep him awake.
As soon as I woke up, it was blurry. People surrounded me. They screamed my name. My sister said she loves me if I passed away, but I didn't. I tried to hold on as good as I could.
Malachi spent more than a week in the ICU. This brain scan shows the 3-inch crack in his skull. His vision is a bit off, but all in all, he's okay.
God has plans for this young man. I don't know what it is, but I hope he continues to help me guide him in the path that he wants.
A young boy that wants to leave you with this passionate plea about violence in the community.
In every country, I just wanted to stop. Because there's no point to be shooting at people. Because there's no point even doing it. If they did something bad to you, just don't do anything to them.
Jeffrey Camo spent 41 years in the sky, but his family told me today he was way more than aviation.
He's gone. It's awful.
Jeffrey Camo got his pilot's license at 16 before he could even drive.
He got the bug.
I did get the bug.
A love he shared with his 3 sons, one who's following in his footsteps.
You're just looking down and seeing all the scenery below you, or just, while you're in the clouds, looking around and just observing.
Camo spent 25 years at Norfolk International before taking a job in New York as an air traffic control supervisor for the FAA. So for the last 7 years, he flew to work from Chesapeake Regional Airport to Long Island at least once a month.
I always dropped him off.
But last Tuesday,
I kissed him and said, I love you, thankfully.
For the first time in a long time, Kathy Camo started recording a smile and a wave from the cockpit before takeoff.
When he got up into the clouds, I did hear a bit of a noise, an unusual sound like a revving of an engine. And I thought, ooh, but heard nothing after that. Nothing.
About 5 minutes later, the single-engine plane crashed and burst into flames in a field not far from the runway.
But as I was driving home, fire trucks were going by me. And I thought, wonder where the accident is. There's nothing going on out here. 7:30 in the morning. And continued home, not knowing.
Ever since the confirmation, she's been surrounded by hundreds of people touched by Camo's kindness.
There was no bad time for him to go and help somebody. whether it be a complete and total stranger or a family friend.
An expert carpenter who loved deep-sea fishing, his small farm, and his pets. Above everything, though, his family. A tough guy with a big heart that loved them all to the very end.
So it was a heck of a run.
My dad was my hero, and you know, I hope he knew that.
And Joe, I mean, this thing is just huge.
Laura and Stephanie, it is massive. It's a giant catfish, 68 pounds, which is about 2 pounds heavier than the current state record holder. That was set back in 1994. Jeffrey Dill, look at him there. He's pretty proud. He says after the official measurement on Saturday, he fried up the catfish just in time for the Memorial Day cookout. So the fish is gone, but the story of how he caught it will never be forgotten.
I've been out here in the freezing cold trying to get them.
On the water, it takes time, it takes patience.
I've been out here in the sleet.
Sometimes days before something bites.
Just to fight, just to know it's me versus you.
It's a game Jeffrey Dill knows well.
And once a circle hook gets in, it's not coming out.
He's been playing 30 years.
And you just got to hold on for dear life.
And for 15 minutes on Saturday, that's what he did, held on tight.
My whole rod was like this. And I had to walk my rod back out because he was on that side.
68 pounds of catfish tugging on the line.
Yeah, it was a monster. It was a true river monster.
A monster that's been coined Big Earl.
It took us like a good 10 minutes to even get to our truck because everybody was pulling off the side of the road and was like, let me get a picture, let me get a picture.
State wildlife officials say Dill could beat a 24-year record, this 66-pounder caught in Northern Virginia. Chad Boyce is a biologist who calls the flathead catfish an ambush predator. Lake Smith in Virginia Beach was stocked in the late 90s, he says, to control the population of smaller fish like perch.
That's definitely a trophy. We've seen some big catfish, but I've never seen anything this large in these lakes.
Boyce will take the head back to the lab to determine its age, likely 20 years or older. It'll be up to the state records committee to decide whether Big Earl earns the big title.
I'm waiting on that confirmation, though, when they send me my plaque. But I got it. I mean, no matter what, I got it.
And get this, the catfish was actually reeled in with a $20 fishing rod from Walmart that really should have only been able to handle a 15 to 20-pound fish. So there's some hope for us rookies out there that we, too, might get lucky with a big catch someday. Who knows? I'm Joe Fisher, 10 on your side.